Welcome back, fellow adventurers.
Oh, that's why. I nearly dropped my phone and my cat was rubbing up against me.
Well,
Hello.
adorable.
I'd show her off, but she keeps running away.
So, last we left, our resident mage Thomas was able to rescue poor Boba Fett. Or Boba Fluff.
Boba Fluff.
From the terrors of these horrendously diseased rats. We will let you know what happens later on, but suffice it to say that you had to go through an excruciating amount of symptom kits and until the doctor figured out exactly what was wrong with you and then treated you for this nasty, horrible disease that would have been even worse.
What kind of disease was it? What kind of description did he tell Thomas?
Oh, so when he talked to you, he described it as a flesh-rotting and eating disease, where eventually, if he had not treated it in time, you would have begun to have, like, the flesh around the bite wound deteriorate, and it would slowly go in and seep through your internal organs because it was near your belly, and then it would fill your appendix would burst, and your chest, your stomach cavity would fill with this horrible goo, and you wouldn't actually die from the disease itself. You would die because your internal organs were pressed so hard against each other that they would burst.
As he's describing this very intently, Thomas is going paler and paler, and he goes, Doc, I don't need the whole description. I feel really lightheaded. And I'll make Thomas faint at that.
Yes, he's when you ask the doctor about symptoms, he likes to be extremely descriptive.
I love it.
Yes. But not to worry, you and Boba Fluff are going to make it. Everything's going to be fine. Boba Fluff has to stay in the doctor's office a little bit longer than you because his injuries were a little bit more
I'm here, sorry.
prolonged than yours. So he has to treat the rotting flesh and maybe even has to remove some of it. So there might be some scar tissue for poor Boba Fluff.
Oh, good.
But he'll make it.
Wait, does he have to remove some? Is my chest permanently, like, scarred?
No, you're fine.
Oh, thank God. Thomas is gonna, like, wake up and feel it, and he's like, oh, I'm so pretty.
Yes, you came in just in time. You don't even have, like, stitch wounds because he was just able to, like, spit his goop on you to stick you back together again. So you're
feeling as I walk in and I'm like, Doc, what is this? And I lift up my shirt and just spits on me, and Thomas just goes, oh, I'm sorry.
And then the doctor will say, no, you don't have to excrete any goo. I've taken care of that for you.
Oh, believe me, mine's not healing or anything. Like,
I'm sure the doctor would love to discuss all the vomit
all the options available that for human spittle. Probably would go into that.
Can I get a sample?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Thomas would just be like, yeah, anything. You're here. I need you to be here. Just tone it down, all right?
You're healed. Everything's going to be fine.
Great.
Boba Fluff is going to be okay in time. Might be a few days, but in the meantime, you all are still chasing the ship that has kidnapped the Princess Violet. It's been a very for a chase. It has been since the fog a very enjoyable trip. You're speeding through the void as you have been for about a day or so.
We've been at this.
Well, I mean, like from the
fog. 1 day, yeah.
Yeah. And you have seen all manner of interesting things as you pass by. Holds that look more like we would think of as rainforests. these giant rocks that have no, human or races of man or Uteran or anything that we would call inhabitants. But they're huge, and you can see sometimes there's giant gaping holes that go through the center of the rock. You see ferns and giant fronding like leaves that grow off the side that are, you think at first that maybe the rock is just all greenery, but then you realize it's all growing off of that rock. There are plants that have these beautiful, like, iridescent and photosensitive effects, where as the shadow of the Amber Falls passes over, you see that they shrink in on themselves as if maybe a large predator was passing through, and they emit this puff of glowing light. There's tiny little bobbing swarms of insects that will dart through and go like schools of fish through these their rocky their rocky habitat. Then there's larger animals. You see not the void bats that you're used to that hang out on your ship. You see ones that are native to the void that are going through these swarms of glowing insects and picking them off one by one. You see jellies, what you think are jellies, these blobs of like gelatinous goo that maybe they're an animal, maybe it's just some weird nebulous cloud that's passing by that you probably don't want to touch. It might eat you.
Or it's that story that we heard.
That's true. You do actually find some pretty interesting things when you pass by a closer school of these jellies, these gelatinous things. You do see that they kind of move like a to go through the void, and instead of just floating, they have this weird, like, maybe not quite liquid, but some kind of inky jet thing that just like propels them forward as they move. But inside, you got close enough to see inside there are these tiny fish that are trapped there trying to escape through the jelly, and they can't. Slowly being digested by this creature.
Bats inside.
Bats too.
Bats.
Yes. Bats that are long since dead. Just floating in there. Kind of, their wing flaps are gone, digested already. You can start to see their bones and their skeletons just kind of there. You don't know if they eat all of it, bone and everything, but they certainly do have their fill. You see these, like, they call them reefs, the asteroid reefs. The ones that you pass by are small, but they are very colorful. You see that there's all sorts of wildlife that just floats along. You didn't get close enough to really inspect it because obviously you didn't want to get close enough to have a crag viper come out and poke at you a little bit, just in case. But the colors that you see and the way that the iridescent glow of all of the plant life that thrives in this area is almost hypnotic. So much so that you didn't realize that you had caught the trade winds, and the Amber Falls is almost lurching forward with the brunt of the initial pickup of these trade winds, and you just the way that you move now, you thought that you were moving through the void quite quickly. But now you realize that you were only drifting through space.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'd imagine the entire time we're sailing, Thomas is like immediately enthralled by this because he's just fascinated with the void. And
so you're hanging out on deck?
Yeah.
Maybe at the front of the ship, in front of the main sails?
Yeah.
Awesome. You get hit in the face by bugs.
Yay!
Like,
You're like, hey, look at.
Yeah, I imagine it's kind of like that, like, oh God. Like Thomas will like wipe it off and walk down. I'm like, all right.
like a swarm of mayflies. You would like, and you didn't even see them coming. They just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. So this goes on for another day of just swift moving, and normally, like you all are moving with such good speed, like at the start of it, that you actually feel the wind on your face until you.
Well, when you look back, the wind's not a. You know, until you get to the end of the ship.
You feel it. You feel the movement of the air until you make speed with the trade winds, and then it's all moving in one swift direction. You pass by stars. You can see the void moving in the distance as you hopefully are catching up with the ship that has kidnapped the princess.
Excellent.
Is there anything else I need to describe?
Now, do you want to segue into the next part, or do you want me to take this over, or what do you want to do?
I can.
Okay.
Arthur is sure that you all would have seen something by now.
Eyes ready!
He's got not just the watchman in the perch, but he's got several other eyes out looking for this ship.
Kodrog, keep a hold of this spyglass and let me know the first thing you see.
Go ahead and roll your perception check, Coach.
I master, and I put the spyglass to my eye. Oh my god.
Is it inked? So when you take away the spyglass, you have a nice ring.
I'm pretty sure that's what Arthur just did to me. Oh, that's not too bad. 14.
Okay. You're not the only one with a spyglass, but you're looking out into the void, trying to find anything, any sign of this damn ship. It should be here. And as you are panning your spyglass more towards the bow, you think you see something off in the distance.
So I'm going to run quickly up to the bow of the ship so that I can get the best vantage point on this possible thing on the horizon. And re-roll my perception. I'm gonna do it before
Go for
they say
it.
no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so from my new vantage point at the bow of the ship that I have just raced to, I get a 28 on my perception.
What?
Nice.
What? That's impossible.
Wow.
How did you do that? Did you roll a 20?
No, I rolled a 19.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
All right.
Last time I rolled like a 6, so.
Yes. And also remember, if you roll a natural 20, don't bother adding your shit up. Just tell us you rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
No, I
gonna
was
go with
going
the
off.
whole 20 is a
crit no
critical
matter
success,
what.
Yeah. Even on skills, you did awesome, but ones are also really terrible.
Yeah, natural ones are also
Don't
something you should call
Don't
out.
roll a natural 1 when you're trying to squat a deuce.
Fair enough.
You blow out your O-ring.
Wow.
I mean, like that's just life. That's just life advice. Like that's good advice for
Okay,
anyone.
hang on. I have to say that in Cookie's voice. That's something she would say.
That is-
Whatever you do, don't roll a 1 while squatting a deuce. You'll blow out your O-ring. Terrible. Anyways. All right.
My personal saying is always take a 20 on the toilet.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
I mean, that's just good life advice for everyone.
Oh my gosh.
All right. As you move to the bow of the ship, you've moved once ahead forward. You see Thomas there wiping something off his face. No, I'm kidding. That's probably already passed.
Yeah.
That was a day ago. I'm still up here collecting bugs.
Thomas learned his lesson.
Don't
He's
go
just sitting on the steps, reading his book.
Bug swarms happen in the void, and so that kind of thing is, bugs getting on the ship is not uncommon, and people try to avoid it. That's why you guys have bats to help provide, a thing against infestation.
Yep.
So, What you see in the distance is a ship.
Does it have 2 masts?
Yes,
It's her.
but it looks damaged. This has been
It
floating.
probably wa-
It's also
I-
near a hold, a small hold off to one side.
Okay. Yeah. Quartermaster, sir. Look here, and I'll wave him over and
Sure.
give him the spyglass.
Yeah, you can run with it.
It's too late now.
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. When he gets over to where you're at, he will gaze through the spyglass, and he will gaze through the spyglass and be like, "I'm not sure, but we probably should get closer to get a better look at it."
So when you said it was off next to a hold, what
Yes.
exactly was that?
An asteroid, like a.
Oh, okay.
A hold is a giant rock that has some gravity, but not enough to actually form an isle. So it can
Okay.
be anything from very small to very large, but it does not have the isle aura that surrounds the isles proper, where you have to
Yeah.
breach the edge. It has no edge.
Yeah.
But pirates can use holds as like makeshift bases, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Quartermaster, sir, I think it might be a hold that they're using as a base. They look damaged. They might be trying to repair.
I'll stay here, and I'm going to relay this information to the back of the ship. Stay ready with anything that you can see. I will give instructions, and we'll try to get as close as we possibly can.
So yeah, I'll keep my spyglass up and on that ship, trying to see if I can see any more detail.
Arthur passes word back to the rest of the ship. And as he does so, you hear the people in the distance, in the stern of the boat, acknowledging what's happening, and also on the undersides where the rest of the sails are. As you get closer, though, you realize that this ship kind of looks a little derelict.
Yeah, you guys are speeding toward it. There's a call for full sails.
Mm-hmm.
Tiller mast cut as hard as you can. Let's get there now.
Yes. And you propel yourselves forward. And the sailmaster is doing her damnedest to make sure these sails are cutting good and get you there, because it could be the ship. But as you approach closer from the bow and your spyglass, you see that it doesn't really look like the ship that you were chasing.
You got some inkling. There are parts that are missing. The forecastle's not the same shape. That all the masts are busted.
It's not as long as it should have been.
Something just doesn't feel.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll shout back. I think this might be a different ship.
The Amber Falls continues to hurtle toward this derelict vessel. As you yell back, the crew is all yelling commands and whatnot. What efforts are you going to make to get Arthur's attention, other than just yelling?
Or do you want to try to get Anne's attention directly?
Or do you just want to run and scream?
Those are all options.
There's so many options that you could do.
Danger signal.
The danger
Everyone
international,
knows.
the international sign for danger.
Wacky waving arm inflatable tube man.
Yeah.
Danger,
No.
Will Robinson.
I'm gonna grab like the closest person near me as they're like running past to like grab lines or whatever, and say, "Tell the captain that's not the ship we're looking for. There's something wrong." And then I'll push them away
All right,
and go back to my spyglass.
let's get an initiative roll from you.
Uh,
Let's go ahead and get an initiative roll from them.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Initiative. It's somewhere on this sheet. Oh my god. There. Okay. 24.
Wow, that's really good. All right, So as you turn, you look around. The first person you reach out, grab a hold of, is Larry, and you yell to him, "Larry, go tell the captain."
He can say what he
Yeah.
yells.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't play your character. I'm going to sit here and read my coffee. My coffee
So
from Florida.
I start lowering the spyglass and reach out to the nearest body that I see in my peripheral, and I grab them by the shirt collar, look over. Oh, Larry! Quick, run tell the captain. This is not the ship we're looking for. There's something wrong out there.
This is not the ship you're looking for.
Larry looks at you like, what are you talking about? I didn't realize there was a ship there at all.
Just go. And
Larry goes running off, kind of in a very casual jog.
No.
Does he at
I've
all?
got to. Yo,
He's got it.
I've got to do my domestics. Come on, man. I've got my job to do here.
Can always ask Thomas.
oh, Larry.
I'm trying to not get in trouble with Arthur. Like, do it
All right.
yourself.
Larry, you go tell the captain, or Arthur will know the reason why.
Man, I'm going to go swab the deck over here away from you now.
You
Make a
No
leadership
good.
roll if you
Yes.
want to, or you can, if you have intimidate, diplomacy, or bluff.
Oh.
You can use one of those to motivate him.
Okay, not
Larry is
diplomacy.
lazy, so you get a -4 to succeed at this.
Not intimidate.
Well, except unless you intimidate him. There's no minuses to that. Because he doesn't like to be scared.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very good for me to try to diplomacy, intimidate, or where do I find leadership?
It's your charisma plus 1/3 your level.
Oh, cool. Nice. So it's my charisma plus 1, which is 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a leadership role, even though
Okay.
I only get a plus 1.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I rolled an 18. That's a 19.
Awesome.
Larry stares at you for a moment, kind of
Yeah.
like, what did you just say for me to do? You know, and then he realizes he heard the last thing he heard was, or I'll tell Arthur. Or Arthur will know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
exactly.
No, he heard "I'll tell Arthur,"
Or
even
I'll
though that's
tell
not what you
Arthur.
said. That's what he heard.
Go
I'll
tell the captain
I'm gonna
this,
tell
or
on
I'll
you.
tell Arthur.
Yeah.
And his eyes go wide, and then he drops the slop bucket that he was carrying around in front of you. If you would like to make a reflex check to avoid the slop, you may. However, he drops it and runs off to the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to make a reflex save to not get
Sure.
slop on me.
I have an idea what Larry will tell the captain.
Okay.
21.
Awesome. That's good. I like that. What do you think?
That's good.
Okay.
I think you avoided. Good job, because it was nasty.
Yeah. But now it's just all over the deck around me,
That's
so
right.
whatever.
Somebody's gonna have to clean it up.
I'm gonna Larry.
Make an intelligence check to see if Larry remembers what he's supposed to say.
He gets there and
Excellent.
he's just panicking.
He runs
course.
into the captain's quarters. Captain, this isn't a ship. The dwarf up front said so.
This isn't a ship.
The
Damn
dwarf
it,
up
Larry.
front said so.
Golly,
The
damn.
captain
Larry.
is not accustomed to having anyone, let alone Larry,
Barge in.
barge into the captain's quarters. Turns to Larry. Is like that with the look of what the fuck? But he can't say that because he is of noble birth and he's very proper. Are you quite well, Larry?
Well, now that you say so,
You should probably go down to the
I
doctor.
will go see the doctor. Yes, sir. You're smart. You're very wise.
This is a valid ship, sir.
You're right. I've made a mistake. I should go see the doctor and get checked out right away, sir. Sorry to bother you. That dwarf, he's trying to get me in trouble. And Larry will head down to go see the doctor.
The captain will actually get up out of his quarters, put down his paintbrush, and head over out of the door over to Arthur, inquiring. Where's Arthur at?
Arthur's with Anne at this point in time, and they're working the
captain heads up.
Oh gosh. So we really need to get like a list of characters' names, because I thought Anne was the captain.
I apologize. I will fix that.
That's okay. This is hilarious. This is even better.
I just like the image in my head where a panicked sailor came into the captain's quarter and went, "Captain, this isn't a ship!" And the captain had to go, "No, baby, it is." Like, you're on a vessel.
It's okay. It's okay.
Go to the doctor, lay down.
Have some grog. Relax.
So are you sure the captain just wouldn't go straight to the dwarf up front?
Yeah, right.
To see what's happening.
All right, let's see.
I mean, Jason's smart.
Jason is smart.
He went to college.
You know what? He would probably go up to Sidorf what the fuck he was talking about, but in nice terms.
In the noblest of
in the
terms.
noblest of terms. So,
Excuse me, Sir Dwarf.
So instead of going up to Anne and Arthur, the captain will walk out and scan the deck for the dwarf.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He sees the dwarf.
I was gonna say, does he get a minus because dwarves are small?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. He rolled well enough. He's really good at spying. The dwarf, he looked lower than normal. It's fine.
We're still medium creatures.
I'm sorry.
Sweet.
I'm sorry.
You fit so well in this game.
So, Captain
Harris
walks up to you very briskly, I might add. What was your perception? Again, it was really good,
28.
right?
It was a
The
28, yeah.
spyglass.
Yeah, through the spyglass. So I might have gotten a 28 because I'm completely ignoring the world immediately around me.
Excellent. So the captain walks up to you, to the dwarf, to Kodrog. You don't see him because you're staring out of the spyglass, trying to figure out why are we not slowing down yet. And he's like, "Why are you playing tricks on Larry?"
He'll probably also know his name. He knows everybody's
Kodrog.
Oh gosh.
Kodrog, why are you playing tricks on Larry?
Will save to not be scared.
name.
Does an 8 pass?
No.
Yeah.
I jump, and my boot goes into the slop puddle. So, way to go. Good reflexes. Poor Will. Still get shit on your boot. And so I jumped back to real life. And, Captain, sir, the ship ahead. It's not the ship that we're looking for, and I have a bad feeling about it. Please, look through the glass.
So, slightly, perplexed, the captain will take the spyglass and look through it at the direction that you were pointing. And, yeah, he sees this ship. And you're right. This is not the ship we're looking for.
He would know the ship. He would be able to tell you the make, the model, who built it.
Exactly. He's like, this ship looks like it's White Sword. It's not from... No. It looks like it's a manufacture from the Isle of Bardic. A sloop from Bardic. That's not the ship we were chasing.
But it's here where we were expecting to find them.
Right. At this point in time, Arthur yells out, "All sails, loosen them! Get ready to drift! Tiller sails, full cut, 45! Let's loof to the left! Let's loof starboard side!" And all this, the riggers are starting to run up and slow the ship down, basically give it the ability to start drifting Tokyo drifting up to the side of this barge. Ready the main deck of cannons! Burn! Load them and lock them in place!
You hear
Bring
no
it about.
response, but you know that Fern is ready because she loves a good firefight.
Did you? What kind of ship? What ship did you say that was?
It's a sloop from Bardak, of Bardak manufacture,
Ah, okay.
which is
Just
one of
making
the
sure.
one of the confederacies, one of the states in the White Sword Confederacy.
It started with a B, and it reminded me of the ship that I said in my little tale. So I was like, "What? What ship is it again?"
No,
like,
no, I don't know this right now.
It's a
like
ghost
I
ship.
thought we gotta get rid of that.
No, everyone's gonna be scared again, and it's gonna be the wizard's
And
fault.
they're gonna blame me again.
The sails loosen. They begin unwrapping. The captain looks to you and says, looking at the bucket on the ground, and everything seems to be fine, right? So,
Yeah, it's like, tell Larry he needs to clean this up once he's back from sick bay, and then
Captain.
And the captain goes back to consult with Arthur as to the competency of some of his crew.
the captain leaves your side and begins heading down the deck. Arthur can be seen heading this direction, the sails drooping in all different directions. Make a perception.
Oh gosh.
You're on the bow of the ship. You're not alone. Inu's out here as well as he's looking at you from nearby, loosening some ropes.
14.
All right. Inu's unloosening the ropes, and you hear Inu fart.
Great,
What the fuck?
great, because that's so important.
Completely. You look to him, he looks to you and goes, "Excuse you."
Oh, okay, okay.
So is there a roll that I can make to see how the captain read his intention as he was walking away? Like,
Sure.
oh man, this dwarf's an idiot, or I
Sense
saw
motive. Sense motive is
Yeah, sense motive.
Sense motive is
Good,
the appropriate
excellent.
skill.
excellent. 18.
He seems to be having a brisk walk back.
Yep.
Confident.
Confident in his decisions, and he does not look over his shoulder at you to, give you any kind of second glance or anything. So he feels pretty confident that Larry probably misinterpreted what you were talking about. However, Larry's kind of weird.
You hear Inu fart a second time, followed by a third time. Inu looks at you and says, "Most of the time, people excuse themselves," and he starts walking away from the lines he was working on.
What a dick.
And
I am so happy I'm not near
what
you right now.
happens at this point in time, you realize that as you turned, you looked at the captain, you look back at Inu, the sound kind of doesn't sound like it came from Inu at this point in time. It sounds like it echoed in this area. Sound travels pretty well in the void. There's not very much that it will be carried very well. So whatever is making that noise isn't standing next to you.
So I'm gonna cup one ear and cover the other and try to find
You
out
wanna
what
roll again?
the sound is coming from. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a +2.
Golly. 6, 17, 18.
18. You cup
Yeah.
one ear, you begin moving your head, and as you do so, you hear the sound echoes. And looking not in the direction of the derelict ship, but toward the hold, you see black spots getting bigger.
Yeah.
Then one of them gets really big. It puffs up so large, and then it shrinks down, and then you hear, and it starts getting, seems to be getting, as it shrinks back down, getting closer towards you.
The captain took the spyglass, didn't he?
Yes.
No, he would have handed it back.
Yeah, he would have handed it back.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have said that. He hands the spyglass back to you and then walks
Walks
off.
away. This is mine now.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the fart balloon through the spyglass and see if I can identify what it is.
Oh my gosh.
What a night, guys. What a night.
I have knowledge monster and knowledge
Sure.
void.
All
I don't know
right.
which would be more appropriate.
Do you see this thing?
Yeah.
Do you see
Yeah.
this? Okay, but the mouth is going from top to bottom, and the eyes are on one
Yeah,
side.
the mouth is vertical and the
and
eyes
the eyes are
on
to one side. It's still covered with quills, and you see one of them goes.
And,
And
when
then-
when you see it and up close, like you see instead the mouth goes like this, and it takes and it goes so wide, much wider than you think a mouth should be able to go. And as it snaps its jaw shut, you see that its giant like cheek things are like puffed way out, and then it's like you see like this like narrowing of its face, and then
So I imagine that this thing it has like this big gulping mouth, and then it has like gill jets that pushes the air.
Exactly.
Oh my
The
God.
Skags from Borderlands have their eyes on both sides of their head. This
Yeah.
thing has its eyes to one side of its head because it can rotate its head basically 360 degrees. All its body
Oh.
joints allows it to flip it around. Anyways, there's about a dozen of them, these black
Oh.
dots hurtling toward the ship.
Oh gosh, I break into a sprint.
You have
Definitely
one
jumping over the
round
ship
before
puddle.
they hit the ship.
For a split
wait,
Oh.
does he
second.
recognize them though? That's the
Oh,
thing.
that's monster knowledge. Monster
Okay.
roll.
For a split second, I thought you said he was gonna break into a dance, and I was like, "What? It just happened!" Like, yeah.
At 14,
No.
do I at least acknowledge them as threatening?
Yeah, they're gonna eat you. They had teeth.
Okay, yeah.
They're
So
moving in a pack. The largest one is at the head.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm just gonna point in the direction and shout, "Danger approaching!" Off the port. Is it the port side they're coming from?
They're coming from bow side almost.
They're coming for the bow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all like
Like maybe bow.
port bow.
What's
Port
the
bow.
left side? Or is that the right side?
The starboard
Port bow?
is the right.
Oh,
Yeah,
port
starboard is right,
is-
port is left.
Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting because it was always backwards for me. So yeah, port side bow.
Okay.
Port side
Yeah.
bow.
Yeah. Danger incoming. Port bow.
All right.
Yeah.
So the first person you run past is Inu, who looks at you and then looks beyond you into the darkness to try to see black objects on black.
Oh, you rolled pretty good.
He's squinting. What in the hell? All right. So
He hears one of the farts.
That's when it kicks in, and he's
Draws
like,
his eye.
"Oh."
all right. So this is the first round of action. You've run your speed down the ship. Your speed is what, like 20?
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news,
Yeah.
but does he slip on whatever Larry spilt?
No, I think he's okay.
The
Okay, good.
grindstones, remember, act like magnets, and as long as he
Oh,
runs
yeah,
along
that's
the
true.
grindstone sections of the ship, he will be able to traverse without worry of slippage.
But yeah, I've got a 20 speed, so I would use like a full round of moving as much as I could, running
the
down
ship
the
being
deck of the ship.
210 feet long, more than that. So you get halfway down the ship yelling, "Ah! Ah! Ah!
What do you yell?
Danger!"
Yeah, danger approaching. Port bow.
Port bow. All right.
You know, make
which
ready.
this gets
things
you.
like that.
This gets you up toward the captain, and Arthur will see it, and everybody pretty much hears it. A call out. Arthur grabs his horn on his hip, pulls it up. Just as this loud sound. Everybody on the ship hears this, so we know where you're at. Everybody's been warned, and so what gear do you currently have on, John?
Is it standard practice to wear armor on the deck of a ship while sailing in the void?
Not really, unless you know there's going to be danger, and you are off the trade wind, so you could be wearing one of your pieces of armor.
Okay, then
I mean, would a dwarf go anywhere without his armor?
That's
Let's
his
be
call. I
honest.
mean, he can carry it, wear it. It's not going to slow him
That's
down. He's a
true.
dwarf.
okay, well then I've got my my padded cloth and my full chain suit. Don't have my shield, but I do have my axe and my
Fair
dagger.
enough. All right. Thomas, what about you? Where are you, and what gear do you have on you?
I mean, I don't have any armor at all, So I'm just wearing my heavy cloaked jacket and probably whipping out the hat at this point. But he was sitting on the steps this entire time, just listening, probably watching Kotra run back and forth and watch Larry and just like sticks his face in his book.
Like, I am not needed here. They
Yeah, he
got
just
it.
like as he sees Kotra grab Larry, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not needed." Like he just kind of sits back.
So you're at the stern of the ship near the forecastle. Sorry, the helm.
Sure.
You're at the back of the ship.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to give
right.
a term cheat sheet too.
I know. I mean, I pictured it correctly as just my brain's going.
So,
I need my hat. Hold on. But yeah, Thomas will stand up at attention.
All right. So
The hat goes on. It's business time.
It's business time, bitches.
It's
It's
business
business
time.
the deck gets these things come in fast and quick. They hit the mast. They hit the deck. They land near you, Arthur, and the captain. I mean, they're not like landing just in one little spot. Like, hey, we're conveniently all down here. No, they even hit the side of it.
We're gonna put the picture back up so everyone keep describing. I'm just gonna hold the picture.
Go for it.
We might need to
Where's
move.
it at? There it is.
And there.
There we go.
All right.
Perfect.
They hit the deck. They land. They expel their gases. They collide quickly. Their legs act like massive shock absorbers as they hit the deck. And the same time they do, they charge into combat with their. They're basically like the combination between a pufferfish and a dog. And so
Adorable.
Adorable.
Oops, I'm
Like
sorry,
a-
I closed the book.
No, it's fine. I page marked it because of those reasons. Oh man, no, I didn't.
Nope. Inu, however, sees him as they tumble onto the deck, shouts out, "Devil dogs! Devil dogs!"
Don't let them bite you. That's all
Yeah.
he yells. Devil dogs, don't let them bite you.
Oh, man.
Those aren't fun.
All right. So, John, what was your initiative?
I don't remember. Oh, it's
Good
21.
21.
job.
All right. They're going on a 12. You're going on a 21. The captain and Arthur are nearby.
Dogs are on 12.
Dog's on 12.
Oh,
me to-
man.
Arthur
mine.
Arthur is caught off guard completely. He's going on a
The
6.
captain rolled a natural 10.
Awesome. So I think he has at least a small
Yeah.
dex bonus, like 1 or 2.
So 12.
Oh no, it's not dex anymore. Remember, it's wisdom.
Yeah,
we
that's
do it
true.
off wisdom
We do it off wisdom because that makes sense.
because it makes sense.
So it's probably like, what, 17?
Remember, your initiative is based upon your
Plus
wisdom
7?
bonus.
You wouldn't get
Yeah,
seven.
no, I think he's probably got like a 3.
Close
4
enough.
is good. 4 is
Yeah.
good.
Dropping my die. Do you want me to roll mine?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Guys, I'm
There's
just
2
fiddling.
landing near you. They're all over the ship.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this-
Yeah, land near the glass cannon. No, please land near me because I am at 22 at an initiative. So
Excellent.
The hat's on.
the one time my dice actually hits a 20.
And then Bass is going to be
9.
9.
Come on, Bassianus.
He also doesn't have. He probably doesn't have his armor on, and he probably isn't carrying a weapon. I don't think the captain wouldn't allow him to carry. And your sword's still in the bottom deck. Did you ever go back down to get your sword from the rats?
Probably. I feel like Thomas would have grabbed it as he was running out.
Okay.
I honestly thought Bassianus had it. So, like, in hand. That's why I was like, I feel like he would have Thomas's blade at this point.
Yeah.
Because Thomas would have definitely cleaned it.
Okay.
Thomas doesn't even carry his blade. It's just for show.
It is. If I use it, I'm at like a negative fucking craziness.
Negative, whatever.
But you still have a
Yeah.
sword. That's important. All right. So top of the initiative,
Exactly.
Thomas. 2
Yes.
of these devil dogs have landed next to you, expelled
Great.
their gas. Their mouths open wide as they begin spewing out their howl-like sound and whatnot. One of them has landed. The side of its head has no eyes on it. The whole head rotates 180 degrees, so the eyes are on the side with you, and then it begins positioning its body. Its leg is able to kind of reach up and put itself between the forecastle of the ship and whatnot, and it climbs onto the forecastle and becomes coming towards you down a wall. They naturally have clingy, sticky pads.
Yeah.
So up and down mean nothing to them.
Okay, sure. Can I hit them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
what do
not
you
next
wanna-
to each other.
What
Just
do
to
you
let you
want
know.
with?
I have multiple questions.
Okay.
You said there's 2 near me. Is there
Yes.
anyone else in my area around me?
Larry.
No, he's not. He went down to sick bay.
Oh, that's right. He's in
That's
sick
true.
bay. No.
Cool. I'm gonna use shocking grasp.
Okay.
So I have to roll an attack for this naturally,
Yes, you
right?
do. You have to
Okay.
physically reach out and touch this thing.
I will touch it.
Wouldn't it be fun
Oh.
if they could do mage hand range touch attacks?
That's a feat.
I feel like that should be a thing.
It
It's a
is.
feat.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
18.
All right, as the thing gets close to you, you wait for it to get close enough, or you reach out and brush your finger across its gnarled face-like cheek. Electricity jumps out and fries it. Do some damage.
Yes. Okay. I don't have that written down. I've never had shocking grasp.
That's okay. We'll get it up real quick.
Thank
One sec.
you. I have it. I have the spell list up. That might help me.
That's fine.
Okay, what is shocking grasp?
Shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp.
Okay.
All right, there is no saving throw. It does a d6 per level of the caster, so it's 3d6.
Yes.
Um,
I've only seen my friends use this before. This is the first time I'm actually using this spell.
All right,
Awesome.
So
let's do some fun damage. 3d6, please.
Yep.
And
right.
Rats. What is that person? In the chat said level 2 spell called Spectral Hand will also deliver touch-based spells.
Ooh, somebody knows spell stuff.
Somebody knows spell
Woo.
stuff.
Did you do your damage?
yeah, Raz is a really close friend of mine. He helped me build my sorceress, so he
Cool.
knows his magic. He knows his Pathfinder very well.
Excellent.
How much damage did we do?
It's 3d6. Do you want me to roll or?
3d6.
Yeah.
I'll roll.
Good.
It's gonna be awkward because I only have 2 d6s on me. But that's okay.
You need more d6s, Fran.
I mean, I have enough. I have 3, but I don't have it near me. I feel like I dropped the dice and I don't know where it went.
You can never really have enough.
I lost my other dice. 5, 5, and 4.
14 points of damage. You
Yeah.
scar and bust open a large chunk of this thing's face. It is
Sweet.
definitely in pain at this point in time as it reels back from the electricity. Because it's electricity, that means it suffers a penalty from the shock for the next round. So next round it has minuses equal to your level as a spell, which was Shocking Grasp was what, a level 1? Level 2?
It's level 1.
So for one round it suffers a -1. Because it's like, ah. All right, Kodrov, your turn. 5 of them
Oh.
have landed around you, the captain, and Arthur.
Jesus.
Wow.
I thought I
okay.
got the short end of the stick.
So I am going to draw my axe and my dagger from my belt and step between the captain and the closest devil dog and make a swing for it with my axe.
Sure.
Ugh, my dice don't like me so much tonight. 16.
16 is yes.
Oh. Check that out. 1d6 for 7 points. Unless there's no sneak attack damage because there's no flanking or anything.
It's flat-footed this round because it just landed, and you get to go before it. So there is sneak attack damage.
Oh, cool. Then 2 extra points.
2 extra points. Its hide is thick and leathery. Cutting into its side, you find your axe buries into it, but only just minorly. It's a tough creature. So 9. All right, got it. Is that your only attack or only action?
No, I mean if I can make a second attack, I will.
You can, remember, but it's at a -5. Just like in
Right.
the Pathfinder playtest, which we've been experiencing, this was something that I incurred into the game.
Yeah.
Before it even happened. Good job, Paizo, copying me.
Yeah, copycats.
No, it's fine. They can
It's
copy greatness.
Oh wow! So my dice actually rolled well that time.
Excellent.
I got 17 on the dice, plus my 7 -5, so 19.
Yeah, 19 is a hit again.
Okay. Do I sneak attack on the second attack
No.
too?
No.
Darn. Ooh. For another 10 points.
Ooh, that's nice. All right. The first attack was nice. It was well placed. You were aiming for one of the gills, and you got there. It caused the creature to reel for a moment, its mouth opening up, and you split into its gaping mouth. One good shot doing some extra damage. All right, do you want to swing a third time with a -10?
Yeah, I'll take a stab at it now with the dagger I've got in my offhand.
So I want to repeat, the way this works is if you make an attack, you do a -5, then a -10. And what happens is your fumble chance increases. First one's a 1, second one's a 2, third one is a 4. So if you are 4 or less, you fumble this weapon.
Okay.
Also, you're chopping with your axe. So right now it's a slashing weapon, right? That's the damage type, slashing.
Yeah, but the third one I'm going to use the dagger that's in my offhand.
It's okay. So you've
So it's piercing.
Because you've hit it twice and did damage twice, you've given it 2 bleed wounds.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, bleeding.
Oh
So-
yeah, I gotta remember.
Bleeding, slashing does bleeding, piercing cuts through the armor like thick hide, and bludgeoning will always do damage. So if it's heavily armored and you're not hurting it, switch to bludgeoning.
12.
Ooh, very close. You hit.
Oh,
Nice.
It's right on the button, man.
All right.
So 3 good swings. The last
and
one,
this 7 points.
7 points.
Piercing.
So, yeah, this stabs into the other side of the creature. It doesn't go in deep, but you definitely stab into it. So, let's see. The first swing did
Like
4 points of damage. The second swing did 5 points of damage. The last swing did 4 points of damage. So that's 13 points of damage and 2 bleed wounds.
nice.
Because that's a full round attack right there. You can take like a 5-foot step if you wanted to or something like that.
No, because I think I took a 5-foot step to get to where I
Fair
was.
enough. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Next on the list is the captain.
The captain, seeing what's going on around the ship, seeing the devil dogs make like perch onto his ship, he shouts to the riggers up near the sails to watch the sails first, because the sails are honestly more important than everyone else. He can, like, a few of the crew might be able to be okay, but the sails get messed up and you guys are gonna be, a fish out of water.
Well,
So he shouts to the riggers to watch the sails, and then he instructs the rest of you, and he looks over at you, Thomas, in particular. You can see him. He's like, take out these devil dogs.
All right.
yeah,
Does he
I'm
have-
working on
And he has
it.
his leadership role.
All right. Leadership role. What is he trying to inspire? Confidence?
Yeah, inspire competence and courage.
Ooh, both of them. All right. So that makes the DC a 25.
Yeah, he makes it.
He makes it. All right, everybody receives a +2 to hit, a +2 to damage. No, he's 8th level. A +3 to hit, a +3 to damage, and you get a +3 on your saves.
Nice.
So it's like and this is everybody in the crew.
Everybody.
So he's using his leadership to bolster confidence. He can also use it to remove fear. So if somebody's afraid, he can use his leadership to remove fear. Like you were trying to do with Dimitri earlier.
That's why he's the captain.
All right.
I mean, I succeeded. I just flirted. So I'm sorry. I don't need leadership. I just need to work it.
Right.
Work it. All right. It's the dog's turn. The one that you've drastically stabbed a lot has taken more than a third of its hit points, so it suffers a -1 to attack. The captain's courage gives a +1 to your AC. So it's, anyways. So the dog's going to attack you. Its first attack, it's going to try to bite you. So it's got a +8, 13.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna roll for the rest of the crew, and there's like what, 4 other? I can't remember how many there were.
There's 5 of them around the captain and Arthur.
Okay.
All right. He tries to bite you. He's going to, at this point in time, claw attack you. He's going to lunge out with one of his claws. He gets a -5 on this one. It's not as good. 17.
Okay, so that matches the number that I have in my AC slot.
Which should be your...
It's 10 plus my dexterity.
Check. Plus
plus the armor bonus, right?
Armor bonus, yes.
So if I'm wearing the padded and the chain, do I get both of those bonuses?
Both armor bonuses add together.
Okay, so then I actually have a 19 because I only have a 2 there when it should be a 4.
Oh, awesome. So, yeah, the claws don't hit you. Basically, they rake off your padded armor. All right, the last one, it's going to move back. It's suffering a -10. Those quills, those spikes move forward, and you see they begin extruding from their pores from behind its neck, and then it focuses, and then they shoot out.
Oh my gosh.
Like a spray of quills. All right, so this is a range touch attack at a -10. This is third attack, which actually, sadly, their quill attack is only a +5, so it's actually a -5. But a +1 because of the area effect. Oh, man.
No.
13.
And since it's a touch attack...
No, it's... Touch attack just means it gets a +2, so that's actually a 15. Oh. So, yeah,
okay.
The quills hit you. They maybe bounce off your armor or get stuck in your armor, but the barbs don't get through far enough to hit you. Or actually do damage of any type. But, yeah, it's a spray of, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right, that's the one in front of you. The other ones are attacking the crew. How'd they fare?
One of them critically failed. One of them critically succeeded, and 3 were about between 15 to 17.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
they all hit pretty good.
Who were they attacking?
Let's see. One was on the. The captain probably not, because he was a moving target.
Arthur's
but
not going to let that happen.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe somewhere like around Arthur, and then probably one over at Inu/Dimitri. Probably one that's actually like trying to find its way down into the hold of the ship.
Yeah, it smells food down there.
Yeah, where all the food is. So maybe going towards the mess hall, and then another one's probably over by like Fern, and let's see, one more that's just landed on the deck, and it's trying to figure out where the hell it is. That's probably the one that rolled the 1.
Inu and Dimitri are in the rigs right now on this side of the ship, and so we'll say that Inu is the one that got a critical hit on him.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man,
he was the one who's yelled, "Don't let him bite you," and then one bites him.
Oh my god.
Poor kid. That's gonna suck for him and you guys. All right, so
wait, who got bit?
Inu. The failing.
Oh no, Inu.
All right, so now it's the crew's turn to retaliate. How did that fare out?
Gosh, so let me just do a quick roll just to make sure that everything was okay. Yeah. Okay. So the crew seems like almost quite overwhelmed. Inu and Dimitri are like, Dimitri sees Inu get like tackled by this devil dog and freaks out and tries to hit and misses. Inu was unable to fend off the attack.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he rolled a 5.
Oh, that's terrible. Even with the inspired courage from the captain.
However, there are a couple dogs that didn't quite make it to the ship because Fern was able to put out some grape shot and stop their approach.
Yeah,
so
they're also dead.
Yeah, 2 of them are outside of the boat and dead in the void, which is good. You don't have any more coming after you. However, one did get past
the cannon shots.
The cannon shots.
So yeah, you guys heard cannons.
Yeah, you guys heard the grape shot going. One got past the cannons and is actually behind Thomas going down into the hold of the ship.
So, grape shot from the light cannons or the heavy cannons? What she had got ready?
The light cannons are easier, so easier to move.
The light cannons, the grape shot from the light cannons does 5d6 times 10 hit points and damage. So you can imagine those things were turned into patty.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. Yep. Do not get on the business end of a cannon.
Yep. Yeah, the lowest I rolled on all of them was a 4, and that was only one time, so it was 5s and 6s, so they did.
Dead. All right. After the crew's turn, it is Bassianus' turn.
Go, Bassianus!
Oh, you know what? We forgot the dog next to Thomas that got shocked.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so the shocked dog and the other one are going to be fighting you and Bassianus. So the one you shocked has a -1 because of the spell. And he got a 14 to bite you.
You said I get a +1 to my AC?
Yes.
Because yeah, that still doesn't make it. My AC is 11.
All right. Yeah, they get a +10 on their bite attack.
Crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Their bite does 2d8 + 5.
Jesus, okay.
1, 8 + 5. All right. So as you shock it, it pulls its head back and then shoves your entire hand and arm into its mouth and then clamps around near your shoulder, delivering 13 points of damage.
Oh no!
Is Thomas alive still?
Thomas is alive. He screams.
It's piercing damage, so it ignores any armor, so you don't get any extra
I don't
damage.
have any armor.
Exactly, so you don't get any extra damage there. But since its bite attack was so effective, at this point in time, it's now going to try to start dragging you away. So it's not even going to try to attack anymore. It's just going to start backing up. And remember, it's up on the wall, so it's dragging you, at this point in time, away. It can't do that action until next round. So, but yeah, it's got a hold of you.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh man.
Great.
Will Bassianus try to save you?
All right, the one that was next to you guys is the one that's going down in the hold. So it's now Bassianus' turn. Bassianus, with sword in hand, is going to run up and be like, "I'm going to try not to hit your arm. I'm sorry." And starts running it through.
Do what you can.
12 plus his 4. All right, so that's a 16. That's a stab. He's using the sword as piercing. He's proficient with that, so he'll do a D8 plus 5. All right, so if you can roll a D8. Awesome. That's 7 minus 3, so it's 4. He'll stab a second time. Ooh, that's a good one too. So it's a 15. So that's another stab. And the last one is a... No. So he stabs in twice. Roll one more time. That's 10 minus 3. That's 7. So 10 more points of damage. You had done... How much damage? For 19.
Yeah, 19.
So it's 29 points of damage. This creature is definitely injured.
Meta wizard.
That actually sounds badass. Like, I was like, I don't really want a cyber limb, but I could see Thomas getting into that.
Wizard. All right. That's the Bassianus' turn, and after Bassianus, it's Arthur's turn. Arthur draws out one of his pistols, points it at the dog, makes a called shot for the head. That is a 22, so it's successful. All right, so he will do his sneak attack damage of 3d6 plus the pistol's damage of 2d8 to its head.
14.
This is okay, so that's 14 from the sneak attack. Now it's 4d8 because it's a shot to the head. That was 4, 4, 4, and 7.
Mhm.
So that's 19.
Mhm.
What was the sneak attack?
A lot. You were supposed to keep up with numbers. I apologize. I didn't know I was supposed to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was like, we'll say 6, 6, and 2.
Fair enough. 14 plus 14 is 28
It was
points
high,
of damage.
high, low. So.
The dog can actually handle 28 points of damage, but straight to the head.
To the head, though.
It's got to make a fort save. DC 33. It got a 26. It rolled really well. Unfortunately, it's stunned as he puts a gaping hole through its face. So the dog comes at him and Arthur, and he just sticks the gun up, pulls the trigger, blows his head off. He then cross draws another gun into his offhand, dropping that gun to the deck, and shoots at another one with a -5.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's a crit.
that's
range.
a crit.
That's a crit.
That's in the crit range. So he's called shot for the head. That's a crit. So it doesn't get sneak. This one gets no sneak attack damage because it's his second attack in the round.
Mhm.
But he does get crit plus head damage.
So
Wow, 2 8s, 6.
7, 2, 4. I think that head is blasted off.
He will blow the head of another devil dog clean off with his other gun. Drops to the ground, then uses his last. He takes grabs the captain and just pulls him back a little distance.
Yes, protect the captain.
Protect the captain. He'll say. All right, that ends Arthur's turn. Go to top of initiative. Thomas, you are giving an oral examination to this devil dog.
Yeah.
It has not released you yet.
You said it's climbing up the wall, basically.
Yep.
Is there any other creature behind it?
And battling one.
Is she in front of it?
No, she's not really in line with. Are you looking like for a line attack or something?
Yeah. I don't know how damaging this is going to be because, you know, all our magic is boosted and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Thomas is pissed. So I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh shit, your hand's inside of it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited!
You have to make a concentration check to actually succeed in casting
Great.
the spell.
Okay, reminds me what
You're going to
is
roll
that?
a d20 and you're going to add your wizard's level into it. The DC it's 15 plus twice the spell's level. It's what you have to beat.
Oh boy, 50. Okay, okay. So I have to get higher than the 18.
Yeah, so it's going to be a tough.
Jesus, I hate it
because your
when it comes
hand
to
is
spells.
jabbed into its throat. That's why it's so difficult.
Can I just say that he's so angry that it works? I'll roll. I have a bane against concentration checks.
I understand this.
Come on, baby, go dice. I got 20.
Congratulations!
Oh
Your
my
lightning bolt
God.
spell goes off.
You roll now. Oh my gosh, you're so angry that you ignore the pain and you just funnel
My
through.
hat's I'm so excited. My hat's falling off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thomas. Thomas just.
I
gives
apologize. There's an intelligence modifier added in there. Your friend is
Oh.
advising. But yes, you're so angry. You lightning bolted on the inside. It can't make a save, so it automatically takes damage.
Sweet.
And because
So
it's inside,
it's full damage. I have a rule. Anytime a spell cannot be resisted, or it's out of combat, it does full. So like a healing spell, maxes out. A lightning bolt spell, if you walk up behind somebody quietly and you lightning bolt them in the back of the head, it's max damage automatically.
Jesus.
so what's that? 3d6.
I don't know what damage does lightning bolt do.
I have the spell lift up here because my sorceress's sheet that I was looking at is her. She's like level 10 in that one. So
Okay, hold on.
you release a powerful stroke of electric energy that deals 1d6 point of damage electric per caster level. So my caster level is 3. Yes. So 3d6.
And let's see, it's
and then the
range,
maximum's 10d6.
and it'll go in a total area of 360
It goes in a straight
feet
line.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't go anywhere because it's all on the inside.
No, it's gonna completely
Oh, it will?
obliterate this thing and just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, what's in the
I'm
way?
hoping that I'm
So
hoping I'll
18
hit the
points
one
of
that
damage.
Anne's fighting too.
Do you want to
because-
kind of maneuver your arm so it'll hit both of them at the same time?
That's also a crit.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
that would
correct.
be.
Sure.
I mean, that's why I
No,
asked
that's-
if they were in a straight
that's
line because that's.
You can do that. I'm fine with that. The other one will get a save, but I'm going
Fine.
to reduce its reflex check because it's not actually paying attention. But when you see that bright white light, maybe it might get lucky. What's the DC on the spell?
Oh boy.
And remember, it's a base 15 and not base 10 because Shattered Isles magic is potent.
Right. Right. I believe it is a 18.
All right. So it's going to make its roll 14
Yeah, fucking eat it.
plus its reflex is 3 at this point, so it got to 17. As Anne is attacking it, it turns to see this massive eruption. It tries to move. So go ahead and roll 3d6 damage for it.
Yay! 9. Oh, I have to roll one. 9. 13.
13 points of electrical damage definitely hit it. It will also be stunned for a 1 round at a -3 because it's electrocuted. But meanwhile, the one that you just hit is blown to pieces. The electricity shoots out from your hand through the body of the creature, exploding it on the inside. Its windbag-like body expands very quickly as its insides are turned to a gaseous form and then explodes, spraying guts everywhere, exposing its skeleton and blasting out from its back end. The lightning bolt then dances across the front of the forecastle, tearing through sections of wood, glass, and window, shattering glass, damaging bits of metal, frying parts of the railing, and hitting the next one before it dances off and into the blackness of the void, lighting up everything.
But you didn't touch the sails. Good job.
Yay! My whole thing was not destroy the ship or hurt anyone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas looks fucking awesome right now in my head, but he is furious, and as he just pulls his arm away, he just goes, "Fuck!" And he just holds his arm in pain.
Yeah. At this point in time, your arm hurts tremendous amounts. It's burning. You've had wounds before, but it's burning unnaturally.
Is it burning like the rat bite? Because that wasn't fun.
All right. After Thomas is now Kodrog's turn. Let's go ahead and work on the rest of the crew.
I am.
And Arthur, while Kodrog does his action.
Alright, I'm rolling.
So I'm gonna
Bad
keep
guys.
I'm gonna keep defending the captain from this one in front of me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit it with the axe again. Oh yeah. Shoot. So yeah, that's a 21.
That's a yes. That hits. In fact, you're almost get 10 over his AC on that one.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about the +3.
Then yeah, you critted on
Yeah.
that one.
That's a 24. Okay.
'Cause by the way, their ACs are only 13.
Okay, so that's
Sorry,
times
12. Their ACs are 12.
3. So that's 6. 6 plus 18 points of damage with the axe.
Minus the 5, that's 13. Plus it bleeds another. Oh yeah, at this point in time, you sever the rest of that side of the head off. And so that falls to the ground on the deck.
Brain
That
leaks
no,
out of
it doesn't
it.
fall. The brain's in the torso.
Oh.
You sever that part off, and it begins having problems breathing and functioning as its gill-like flap things are bursting with blood and air, and shit starts drifting off.
Excellent. Is there another one within my threat area? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Next to Arthur and you. Arthur's already dispatched 2 of the 5. You've dispatched a third. There's only 2 left between you, Arthur, and the captain. One's coming from your left-hand side, and the other one's coming from your right-hand side, and Arthur is to your right. The one to the
Okay.
left requires a 5-foot step.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step and swing at that one with my axe because I feel like there's nobody threatening it at this point. So it just needs somebody's attention. So that's at a 2, 18
That's a hit.
or 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, 3 points get through,
All right, and then I'm gonna
and it's got to
try
be.
and I'm gonna try and stab it with the dagger. Oh gosh. 2, 8 doesn't hit.
No. All right. Next is the captain's turn.
The captain, seeing that you have bravely dispatched those and Arthur has taken both his shots, takes out his pistol, which is more like a shorter blunderbuss, if you will, holds it out to the one that's closest that's about to pounce on Arthur and pulls the trigger. This like massive because he uses
Concussion.
the massive concussion like sprays blood in like this cloud of blood instead of just like the.
So a blunderbuss does
Does a
2d10 damage and he crit it.
yeah.
My
Wow.
God.
Yeah. So he did. Yep. That's 10. That's another.
That was a 15.
Yeah, that was another 15. So that was 10 plus 6 plus 15.
10 plus 6 plus 15. That's 31. Unfortunately, thing's still up. It's a huge
Are you
gaping
sure
hole. Yeah.
it needs to do a force save, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but that's, I mean, 13 plus 7 is a 20, and it did 31. So yeah, it's stunned.
Yeah. So you see this haze of blood fill the void around
Yeah, 'cause
this
remember,
guy's head.
Sprays out. It's
So,
just
It's
drifting.
this cloud of blood and nastiness.
Smoky blood.
Yes.
All right. After the captain's turn, it's the dog's turn. The dog that you're fighting will now, seeing that it's its opportunity, it's no longer, it's got something to attack. It will try to bite you, John. It's not injured or reduced, so it gets a 23 on its bite attack.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh my God.
How much? All right, so let's do damage.
What's
2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
It didn't make a call shot or anything. Oh man, that's 9 plus
Plus.
5, 14 points. How much does your armor take?
Oh gosh. Let's see. It absorbs the hardness, right?
Yes.
It's a total of 9.
So of that 14, is that 14? Of that 14, 9 are stopped by your armor.
Okay.
And so you take the other 5. So it does pierce through. Now its next attack is going to be, it's going to follow it up with 2 claws. 16?
No.
No. And the last one's going to be like -2.
Mhm.
So it bites a hold of you and it's got to grapple into your armor, and then it's trying to dig its claws in, but your armor is protecting you from those razor sharp claws, but not the teeth. Meanwhile, it's thrashing its quills around. All right, after the dog's turn, it's the crew's turn.
Excellent.
They're battling pretty good.
Yeah. So both Inu and Dimitri recovered enough to do damage on the devil dog, and that was like, what's their hit points? 'Cause I think it
39.
was- okay, so they did.
They actually have a lot.
Yeah, they did probably. I think it was like 30 something. So they did a really good tag teamed it really
On the
well.
one that they were fighting.
It's pretty much almost dead at this point. The others, Fern was able to like leap out. Fern's great because she has those little pew pew kind of thing. So she leaps out of the gun hole, then uses her special ability of fire propulsion to propel herself to the top deck from the outside of the ship, comes down and punches punches the devil dog to finish off that one. So there's really only the one that's up by Jon, by Kodrog that's still stunned and alive, and then the one that went down to the hold.
Okay. Which leaves Arthur to turn around. Bassianus. Bassianus is going to grab you and take you immediately to the doctor on his action. And after Bassianus, it's Arthur's turn. Arthur turns to see the one that you chopped in drastically to. And Arthur pulls out one of his other pistols. He's going to take his full action to put the gun to the head of the creature and pull the trigger.
The hidden pistol.
Where'd it come from? We won't know, and you don't want to know.
Oh, I apologize. Let me say that differently. Bassianus is taking you to the doctor, and Arthur is killing the one fighting Jon. Arthur pulls out another gun and shoots. I thought did I get that confused?
Yeah. No, you got it right.
Okay, so Arthur shoots the one in front of Jon.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut off your flow.
Mm-hmm.
Bassianus is taking me to the doctor, which is down within the ship. Isn't there one down there?
Yes, but he's not worried about that. You're bleeding and badly hurt. He will try to. He has a sword. He'll fight it off.
Yeah.
You have lightning bolts.
If he dies.
It's gonna be terrible.
Bassianus, no.
Don't worry, he's going for food, right? Maybe. You don't know that.
You don't know what's going on. All right, so Arthur turns. He gets a 25. He will call shot for the head. With the -6 that it incurs, he definitely succeeds in hitting. Jon, you've done a lot of damage to this one, so we're just going to call this dog dead as well. So he turns, looks to you, gives you a nod. As the dog's got a hold of your armor, he grabs a hold of you, starts pushing it back, and then shoves the pistol between the dog and you, so it's pointed. Cover your ears, he'll say, and pulls the trigger. Smoke, flash, blood spray everywhere right in front of you.
Yeah, go ahead and do your fort check for deafness.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I didn't have time to cover my ears.
I feel like it was like that split second, like, hey, cover your ears, bang! And then you're like, ah!
I got a 9.
You got a 9?
Yeah, you are ringing. Actually, you rang, and then there's silence.
Oh no.
You know how the flashbangs go off and like there's nothing for a moment?
Yeah.
That's where you're at right now.
At least you haven't lost your hearing yet.
So a moment clears your eyes, the light starts to disappear. You see the carcass is floating away at this point in time. A bit of the head is just kind of like rolling in front of you. Droplets of blood are dancing through the sky. The smell of burnt flesh and whatnot. Bassianus and you rushed down the stairs. Entering into the area where the kitchen is at, you see that there's one splayed out on the ground. Cookie is nearby, and she seems to be unfazed. Well, it's not on the ground, it's floating.
It's not on the ground, it's floating, and you see, like, it looks like the what would normally be considered the torso, it has been caved in with a meat tenderizer that Cookie has in her hand right now.
Thomas just looks at her and goes, "Damn, Cookie, I didn't know you could. Please just don't cook it up, all right? Just."
She laughs. Don't worry, honey. We've got plenty of meat on the menu.
Great.
All right. We ran a little over.
We ran a little
Is
over.
it fun?
We're gonna do a quick wrap up.
Yeah.
So, the dust settles. None of the crew actually let those carcasses float away. They all get picked out of the void as they're floating and dead, taken down to the mess hall where Cookie masterfully guts them and takes all of the meat off.
No.
It's great. It's great.
No.
Trust me, it's fine.
Enu's like,
Trust me, it's fine.
Enu's like, no,
We
can't. We can't, he says.
You just gotta boil it good.
Enu, with a terrified look on his face, these are devil dogs. The way you become a devil dog is you get bitten by a devil dog.
Yeah, you get bit. You don't be turned into a devil dog by eating it.
Yeah,
Question.
people get turned into devil dogs.
That's when you don't cook it good enough. Enu, calm down.
Those are people.
Oh God.
All right, and we will. We're gonna end game.
Yeah, you see this near Thomas, and Thomas is just like, "Oh fuck!" like
and
no.
So yeah, deviled hot dogs are on the menu, people.
This
Inu
is
is
why I
trying-
don't eat the food on the ship.
Inu is trying to tell you guys that devil dogs are actually cursed people, and Cookie's
Yeah.
telling you, no, devil dogs are just what's on the menu.
Deviled dogs are what's up? Deviled hot dogs
Yeah.
are on the
Deviled
menu.
hot dogs. It's gonna be delicious.
Yeah,
It's spicy.
as long
So
as you
spicy.
boil it enough, anything's
You'll be fine.
edible.
Yeah.
Right.
Soylent dogs.
Soylent
Soylent
dogs.
dogs.
We're gonna call game gear.
Soylent dogs are people.
My God.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, it's not cannibalism if transmutation is involved. They're
Don't,
not
don't
mean,
listen
you
to
do
him.
have
Don't
a-
listen to him.
Thank you.
You
No.
do have a transmutation wizard on board, just saying.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Saying. dropping my
This is
dice.
not okay, people. You can't eat
No,
people
I'm-
that have been turned into something else. It's not
I
okay.
am
We've only been in the
so
void for
worried.
3 days. It's not time for cannibalism yet.
It's not cannibalism. They're devil dogs. They're not people.
Inu disagrees. He says that
Parentheses anymore.
Deviled
Alright.
eggs are
You
still
might
eggs.
you might want to hope that if what Inu says is true, you might be in trouble, Thomas.
No, I know.
Both of
That's
them
what
got
I'm
bit.
saying. Does he say this near Thomas? Because Thomas is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
If
you
so-
both are in the infirmary with the
Oh, God.
with Cyrix.
we need to call the game. I'm
Oh,
having
yeah.
a lot of fun.
I know we're calling it, but I just want to make sure that Paige knows that Thomas should be very afraid,
Oh, he is.
so scared. Inu is just going off on how you guys are gonna turn into devil dogs and then they're gonna eat you afterwards.
He got bit. He's worried as fuck.
By the
Oh.
way, I have 5 health out of 18.
Woo.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Nom,
Yeah.
nom, nom.
Thomas is already not liking that, so
Don't worry. By the time you get to the doctor, he's able to apply necessary to stop the bleed wound. A wound that large is going to cause like a bleed of 1.
that's not what I'm worried about at this point.
Alright, fair enough.
She's not worrying about dying. She's worried about being Thomas is worried about being turned into a deviled hot dog.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what the priorities here. Anyway, we are wrapping up. You all have successfully defeated our Halloween encounter of devil dogs.
Yay!
Excellent job, everyone. And for everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time over to the Shadowcasters Network, please follow the channel because there's a lot of other cool stuff that's going on other than just the Shattered Isles. In fact, Paige, why don't you tell us about one other thing that you're involved with on the Shadowcasters Network?
Oh, I am so happy you asked. You see, Monday, couldn't think of a fucking day. Monday, and 2 days, I will be on Join the Anarchy, hosted by the lovely Oz.
It's true.
It's amazing. It's a completely, whose line is it anyway? We take suggestions from the audience. We put your name in a raffle. You could win some sweet-ass bucks.
Yeah, from
Buy some
RPG
Drive-through RPG.
Yes.
Yep, drive-through RPG.
I had
And
that
I play the lovely Voltar, who is a completely cybered Aries soldier who's struggling with daddy issues and friendship. Great. Right now we're going to Rome, so you should join us because it's amazing.
Ooh. I might have to tune in and see what you guys do with the whole, city of Rome. I've been there once. It's
Oh
very
yeah.
lovely.
Also, Detroit's on fire, so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not really far off to real life, so
No, it's not. Yeah.
maybe someday. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Paige. We appreciate it. John, do you want to plug something?
Yeah, check us out at Original Box Set for our Pathfinder playtest that we do on Wednesdays, and our Shadowrun and Iron Kingdoms games that run on Sundays according to the calendar at originalboxset.com, which you should check out for accurate dates and times, because that's how I also get my information.
So, definitely, Max and I are the leaders of Original Box Set. So check us out. I put the link to our Twitch channel in the chat. So if you've come here for the first time, follow Shadowcasters Network, then go over to Original Box Set and follow us too, because we've got a bunch of cool stuff happening. Next Wednesday is going to be number 6 of 7 of the Pathfinder 2.0 playtest, which we've actually stolen some of the rules from the Pathfinder 2.0 rule set that we think are really awesome, including crits. Like, if it's a 20, no matter what, it's a crit. Doesn't matter if it's a skill check, doesn't matter if it's an attack roll, don't matter. But the same thing goes to ones. If you critically fail on a skill check, oh, you critically fail on that skill, you're the worst.
And they stole stuff from us, such as making any level can make multiple attacks. It's just you suffer penalties for doing so, which is cool. So, like greatness mimics. There's a phrase for that. I forget it.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know. But we're awesome and they stole our shit. How about that?
No.
Oh no!
They're
no.
awesome. They're
Shots
awesome.
fired.
We can't say
Two
that.
groups of
No.
intelligence
No.
independently.
Yeah, exactly. Because we
I just want you to know, Paizo, that I love you.
We actually love Paizo too.
We do
Oh.
too.
Last week we had the public relations dude from Paizo on our game, so.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah,
it's
Aaron
cool.
was a lot of fun to have around. Thanks for showing up, Aaron.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so we've we've covered everything this coming Wednesday. Follow us so you guys know when we go live. Tomorrow we're doing a private game, and then after that we're going to be doing Shadowrun.
Yes.
So our calendar is on originalboxset.com. I'm putting that in the chat right now, so you guys can see it. .com.
No, you misspelled.
I did.
Yep,
I
it's good.
misspelled it.
It's fine.
No, it's not. It's not fine because I misspelled our name. There we go. Check it
You
out.
did that last time too. I hope you know.
That's
That's
fine.
funny.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining our game. We really appreciate you being here. We are going to be back in 2 weeks, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know which one we're on. Eastern
Standard.
Time. Eastern Time.
Standard.
5 p.m. 5 to 8. Hopefully, we'll be able to start on time next time.
Yes.
I mean, we did.
We did fine.
I mean,
fine.
it's Shadowcasters. Plus, I mean, you have me, so I carry over the technical difficulties that we have on Join the Anarchy.
Oh boy, that's wonderful.
So,
Well, you all enjoy the rest of your night.
oh,
Go ahead.
this is a selfish plug,
Please
but
do.
hi, I'm Paige. I draw for a living because I am one of those people. I'm really good.
She's
Hopefully
really
you
good.
believe that. I'm working on it, but right now I'm doing Inktober, and if you want to see my work and if you're interested in hiring somebody for a commission, you can find me at the Ram Queen with 2 N's at Instagram and Twitter. I also will have a DeviantArt up soon.
Yes.
Words and other things as well. Working on it, but it's a lot of stress to do it. But right now I'm doing Inktober and it's going fantastic. I believe the last thing I drew was at 5 in the morning today.
Well, that
So,
still
you know.
counts.